know what I told her? I told her don't ever enter my bank again.
As you should.
As I should.
Are we filming?
Are we recording?
Okay.
Okay. Should we start?
Okay, let's start then. Well, you know how they say, step
How
on a
did-
crack.
How did they say?
Step on a crack. Step on a crack, break your mother's back.
But you know what I think?
Hmm?
The mothers that we talk about are so mothering that we're skipping those cracks.
Yes, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, and it just occurred to me we should put that on a shirt and start a podcast.
Yes. Oh, well, hello.
Hello. So, how has your week been? How will your following week be?
How will my following week be?
Since it's the start of Ramadan.
Right, and we care about that a lot.
I'm not even gonna eat when you're supposed to.
Yeah, I'm so dedicated to God.
For y'all who don't know, Ramadan is the time where Muslim people fast.
Yeah, months of fasting, and I mean it's pretty good for your.
It's good for your health.
Yeah.
On my job,
Mhm.
people were like, and it's something that I've forgotten so much, that people sometimes just think that you're religious
Yeah, if you're
of
just
of no like
yeah
basis at all.
yeah
And a guy was like, "So are you gonna fast like the first few days? Because like the first 2 days are very important,
yeah
and then should you do just the last few days?" And I was like, "I'm an atheist, and um, I also don't think I would do that in a healthy way.
okay
I couldn't even do it out of health purposes because I would eat whenever you can eat
yeah a
in
lot
the same way or worse.
yeah no, but when it comes to like health stuff and meals and in general what you intake in your body, Islam has it like good, like has it right,
Islam has it figured out.
has it
Figured out.
figured out. And also my favorite thing
By the way,
about
can I confess?
Hmm?
I ate pork the other day.
Get out of my house. No, but it's like, okay, so you don't eat pork, and even the meat that you do eat, and I think that's the most important part, it has to be like a merciful kill,
Halal.
halal, and
And
it's a
I
merciful
respect that
kill of
very
an
much.
animal, and I really love that about our religion.
Merciful kill of an animal, and the animal was supposed to be free and
Yeah, it's supposed
live
to be
a free
free and
life.
you know,
Not just
good
the
life.
killing, but like the milk also has to be halal.
Yeah, everything.
So it has to be, yeah, and I can respect that very much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna when I move, I'm gonna be like, is this food halal? Is
Yeah,
this
just to be like,
meat
this is
halal?
my
Just to
moral
be like,
ground. Yeah,
yeah.
and I like that.
Jews have kosher.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's the same. I think kosher is like don't eat pork. Like, there's a
Yeah,
specific
kosher is
thing you
just like
can't
there's food that you can't
eat. I
eat and
think
shit.
I don't know. Don't go.
I don't know. It's gonna take a few years for me to fully start being a Jew.
Yes, it's in the front, which also is great because of Islam, you've already been circumcised.
Yes.
So you have that covered.
I don't.
Or
I have that
should
covered.
I say not covered?
You are so
Ba-da-boom.
funny. How's this week? By the way, I'm your
Mhm.
host Selma.
And I'm your host, John. Hello.
Hello,
Welcome to the pod. My week.
all three of you.
Yes, I can name them, and that's funny.
And it's Selma,
like hi
John,
Amala, hi me.
Selma, John. Maybe Amar if he's depressed. Maybe John, my
There
friend
you
John.
go. Well, hello, people.
Hi, people.
Not my boyfriend for some reason, because why would he?
My boyfriend either.
Aww.
I'm single.
Single. Jocelyn.
Jocelyn.
My best friend.
You're my best friend.
Okay, so my week has been a bit rocky.
Whoa,
because-
horror picture show.
No, not in a fun rocky way.
Oh, not even Rocky Balboa.
Just kind of horror.
Just kind of horror. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I can't sleep. I'm getting a bit of insomnia. And by a bit, I mean a lot.
When you say insomnia, I know that it's not the title of the song,
Hmm.
but I instantly think of Disturbia.
See, I think of Yelmakalot.
Insomnia? Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I messed up.
No, but okay, so here's on Tuesday, I couldn't fall asleep until 6 a.m. Then on Wednesday, I managed to fall asleep from 2 at like around 2 a.m., which is at that point, like I haven't slept in 30 hours, and yet I barely managed to fall asleep at 2.
That's intense.
Then, like, wake up at like 8:30 or 9 just to like, my body wakes up. And then the night after that, again, couldn't fall asleep until 6 a.m. That was yesterday. And then last night, I fell asleep. Once I got home, it was around 2 a.m. And then I get up again at 9. Which is like, throughout this whole week, I might have had 20 hours of sleep.
That's not fun.
It's really, but I feel fine. and I think it's
That's
because
the
I take a
weirdest
lot of
part.
vitamins.
Ah,
You know,
okay.
but it's not good, Lynn.
It's not good, Lynn. My week has also been Rocky Balboa. Do you
Mhm.
know who Rocky Balboa is?
I feel like I do.
It's from the Rocky movies.
Okay.
He's the boxer.
Okay.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? Or was that
Oh no, it's about to John Cena.
Jason Statham?
Yes.
No, no, no.
No,
Jason.
it
It's not
wasn't.
Jason Segal. It's not Jason Segal. His
Isn't
name.
it?
His name is.
It's Seagal.
It's not Segal. I can
Really?
tell you that for 100% because Jason Segal is somebody else. Rocky. Because you would say his name and I would be like,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
that's the thing.
Oh wait, he's the one that
Sylvester
computer or
Stallone.
whatever.
Sylvester
Okay,
Stallone.
yes, 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 yes.
Sylvester Stallone. I don't know any Steven Seagal movies.
I don't either, and yet I know I've seen so many.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I know
It's
it.
always been on TV, but I
Okay.
can't name one.
I really love Jason Statham.
Okay.
I love Jason
You know
Statham.
who I love, 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 love?
Who do you love, 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 love?
John Cena.
I like John Cena.
He's the funny. I love the archetype of The Rock or like all of these huge men just being hilarious.
I'm not a fan of The Rock because he's not funny to me.
That's what I
John
mean. John
Cena
Cena is
is
the only one
funny
who
to
does
me.
it
And he's
so
a
right.
nice dude. Remember that one interview where like they were trying to be funny? And they
Uh-huh.
were like, "Oh, would you be with a fat woman?" And he's like, "Yeah, recently I've been with a."
Yeah.
And what
Like,
did?
oh.
And then the other guy was like, "Would you say that she's pretty?" Sure, sure. And then he goes like, "She has a beautiful smile."
Well, I'm just saying, genuinely like timing wise, everything. Also, he begged to be in the Barbie movie,
Yeah,
which I think is very funny
I
for a
know.
man to
And
do.
he personally was part of my favorite joke. I mean, he wasn't, but his Barbie.
Yeah,
Like
his
because it was the
mermaid.
mermaid Barbies who were Dua Lipa, and it was the whole like, "Hi Barbie, hi Barbie, hi
Yeah.
Barbie," and then they were the only ones to go like, "Hi Barbie, hi Barbies, bye Barbies." I watched a video yesterday of a woman who did not like the Barbie movie,
Ooh, why? Is
and
it a good?
huh?
Is it a good criticism or is it annoying?
It's she said that it's baby's first feminism.
Okay.
I was really, I was walking in like I love the Barbie movie and I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready to accept
Yeah.
somebody else's opinions. Change my mind.
Mhm.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
try it. I just no,
No,
no.
I can
You're
see a lot of people cling on to that. It's like it's the most basic like form of it. But then you look around, you look at like it made so many people angry. And it's like
yeah.
if it's such a well-known thing, then why did
That
it create
Why did
this
it create
reaction?
that? Yeah.
So it's like it even if it is like if you're somebody who's in depth in feminism and all of that,
Yeah.
you know that it is the baseline of it. But not everyone is. And you had to
Yeah.
like start somewhere. And this is
No,
the
but
first like
it's yeah, but,
grand movie
yeah.
for it.
But the thing is, it's everything that movie says. It's true. It's
Yeah.
nothing,
Yeah.
And I do not get because if you made it like a fuck men movie,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Men will think that it's a fuck man movie. Like
That's the problem.
those kinds of
It's
men think that it's a
exactly.
fuck man movie.
And
But
it's so not.
that movie loves men.
Loves man. And it shows like and it's the character of okay, this is not a Barbie episode. Okay,
This is
I
not a
just
Barbie
want to
episode.
preface one thing. The
We
character
lost
of
Amela. We lost.
is gone. The character of Ken is written so well as like the adolescence and growing up of a man.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
never like
And it's
done
never
so perfectly.
you're not a villain.
Yeah, that's
You're
the thing.
not a
You're
villain. People
patient.
will say that Ken is a villain, but he's not. He has a turnaround. He
Yeah,
has
that's
a
the thing.
turning
And
point.
even when
And
in
it's
his art, like highest of
if I
villains,
were
you just
clickbaity, I'd go like Barbie's the villain. Because
yeah,
in that world, Barbie is the straight white cisgendered man.
yeah, yeah. In the beginning, yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing was, it's
Everything's so nuanced.
yeah, it makes you think.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get into that later.
We'll get into it another time.
And
No,
it's gonna
but
be 4 hours long.
I genuinely no, it's gonna be a multiple episode one.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
like part 2, part 4.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a Shane Dawson documentary series.
The beginning of Barbie,
Yeah.
the middle part of Barbie, the what's the word? The gynecologist joke.
Yeah, the guy.
Just an episode.
Oh god.
But I just was like I walked into the video not being like fuck you.
Yeah.
I walked into that video being like
Okay,
okay,
let's hear
let's
you
try.
out. Yeah.
And then I was just like, oh, you're just an annoying feminist.
Yeah.
Personally
Personally.
speaking, because I know women who are like very intense, like I hate men,
Yeah.
still like Barbie,
Yeah.
still liked Barbie.
That's the thing. No, Barbie is it's a great equalizer in this world that we
Absolutely.
needed.
No, the thing is, intense feminists won't realize that that movie loves men,
Yeah,
and and
and bigoted men will not realize that that movie loves men.
yes,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Because like those out of this world, like intense feminists that,
Yeah,
and I'm not saying like okay, it's of course normal to joke about hating men.
yeah,
It's of course normal to joke about hating the archetype of man. I joke
yeah,
about hating both men and women. It's
yeah. It's
um
the world satire. Live,
yeah,
laugh, love.
yeah.
Joke.
Oh my god, amazing. But like who are genuinely being like, I hate men, men are the worst, men are the root of all evil and shit like that. They're so in their opinion that they won't even consider the Ken side of the story.
Yeah,
And then men are just like they mention patriarchy.
yeah. They said patriarchy a lot, and I don't like that because it's such a. And, never mind. And
It's
again,
anyways.
later.
How's your week been?
Saw this thing like a person a long time ago had a tattoo. It said like live, laugh, love. She hated it so much that next to it she just like added lobotomy. And that is the
And
tattoo
that's
I want.
recently I talked to this guy that I met on Grinder recently.
Hmm.
Actually not recently, a long time ago. Like when I around the time I deleted Grinder,
Yeah.
he wasn't that attractive to me, but sure,
Hmm.
like he's a nice dude. We can
Yeah.
talk a lot, but he's such a typical person.
Mm.
And he was like, I was like, hey, why not? We're talking, and he goes like, well, I'm getting a tattoo tonight, and I'm like, oh, cool. What are you getting? He's doing a tattoo with his friend,
Okay.
and one is like K with a crown, and one is Q with a crown, and then the other
I
one,
shit you not. I was about to be like, okay, stop. Give me a chance. Let me like try to guess. It would be in my top five.
it will be in your top five.
Yeah.
What will be the other five?
Either like what's the tattoo that Gagic has? Like
The what?
I think Gagic has it. The
Ride or die.
ride or die. I thought it was gonna be
No, no,
that.
no. But
An
it's he's
infinity
doing it with
sign.
somebody else.
Yeah, but I didn't know that part. So it
Okay,
was
okay,
either like it would be that or infinity sign.
okay.
Um,
You're not far off. He
he
wants to
wants
do another one.
Is it
Go on. It's a
yin yang?
it's a. I'm fine with a yin yang.
Okay.
I like a person doing a yin yang,
I,
especially a
but who
person
would
who's
fuck
not
with
into yin yang, who's not into that lifestyle.
I want to get like an angel number, and I know nothing about
Yeah.
that. Nothing.
Absolutely.
What is it? I don't know, but I want like 666
The
on my
other,
hand,
the
four
other,
four four,
the
whatever.
other day, I dreamt that a girl that I really don't like, she texted me like, "Hey, let's get a jean tattoo together." And then you know what I did? I have two picks about what to do with the jean tattoo. Either the one where he's sitting, I'm probably doing that one,
Yeah.
but I might change my mind and do the like him as Lil Bob,
Mhm.
being like, and then I let her do one,
Yeah.
and then when she did it, I did the other one.
You bet.
I know. I woke up like that was cunty.
That was awesome.
Um, he wants to do either, if not now, but like N-O, and then it's T and W, and then it's like
Okay.
then when,
Okay.
but it's like T and
Yeah,
W.
yeah. Okay.
Or he wants to get impossible with the M crossed out.
I'm possible.
Possible.
I don't. Why?
You know what I would get?
Hmm.
Impossible, but in the beginning there's just a slightly, like barely visible K.
Kim Possible. That's brilliant.
And I would like a parody tattoo. So something that parodies like the impossible
Yeah.
tattoo. I told my tattoo artist I want a row of women's names,
Mm-hmm.
and that the first one is tattooed in beautiful calligraphy,
Yeah.
and the second one is just less and less and
Yeah,
less,
it
and
gets
they're all
worse and
crossed
worse.
out.
Yeah.
And the last one's like Kayla, and then like corrected.
Yeah.
It's not a I, it's a
Yeah.
Y.
My favorites are the like Bosch ones where it's like no regrets or
No,
like
no regrets.
regrets,
No
regrets or
regrets.
something.
Yeah,
Hilarious.
love. I like to do you like avoid.
Avoid.
It's so if you do a tattoo with somebody and you end up hating that person or something, you
Okay.
just do like a stamp that says
Okay.
void. Like it doesn't.
Oh,
Like Pink
that's
did it
fine.
in the beginning of So What, the music video.
Okay, so it's just like fuck this person.
Yeah, not just fuck this person, just like maybe you did. So maybe Brian died in Family Guy, and you know that everybody did like Brian tattoos,
Mm-hmm.
and then when they brought him back to life, somebody probably would do like void.
Void, yeah, like he's
Like
okay.
it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not a.
yeah.
It's not a.
It's not it, Wood.
It's
It's
not a.
not
Like,
it, Wood.
I wish I had multiple bodies.
That's sort of a whole bunch of shit.
I want to do a body that's just a whole lot of
Funny.
tattoos, and all of them are void.
It's hilarious. I want to start doing just funny shit. Cause like
Yeah.
if you like something
I'm still on the fence about the calf tattoo.
see, I want to do it.
You
'cause
want to do it
it's-
instantly? No, my
Yeah.
thing is I don't know if I want another tattoo that we're both gonna have.
That's true.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
and you love it much more than I do.
I do. I really do. 'Cause, like cows are like, I love cows.
You love
I
cows.
love cows.
No, but I want a joke tattoo definitely.
Yeah, and I want to start doing that because like I have 4 tattoos and they all are with meaning. Like one is with you, one is like
The dog.
band thing, and then the other one's the dog, and then the fourth one is like gay shit.
Yeah.
And it's like I want something that just like, oh, here's Stewie on my ass, like something funny.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. No, because even I'm getting Gene, and it's not like, haha, Gene. It's like, Gene is me.
Gene is
Whenever Gene says something, I feel seen, I feel heard.
understood.
I feel namaste to you. What else was this week? I'm petting it right now.
What else happened this
What
week?
else happened this week?
Well, it was Women's Day, but more importantly,
More importantly than feminism.
more than feminism, our dog's birthday is on
Yeah.
that day.
He has the day on Women's Day, and it's funny because we didn't know if he was a man or a woman.
Yeah, and what was so funny about like when we got him, we thought it was a girl. So he had we named him Trixie and
Because he's
Humbly.
blonde.
Yeah, very blonde. And I was like, what would be very funny? And I said Trixie because Trixie and Katya. He went Harley for
Harley Quinn, yes.
And anyway, one time I take him to so it's
The thing is, he was misgendered as a baby.
yeah.
Like
they told us he was
Yeah.
a she. So we
Yeah.
went out into the woods with my dad.
It's good that we know his exact birthday, though.
Yeah,
That's
it's
okay.
cute.
Do you
And
know
it's
that
good
we
to-
adopted him exactly 60 days after his birthday?
Yeah.
I did the like calendar thing, and the next important date was when we adopted him.
Yeah.
And it's exactly 60 days.
Which is,
It's a fair amount of
yeah.
No, he wasn't tied to his mom.
Yeah, not at all. Because his mom was a whore.
His mom was just like, oh, it's good.
them,
You're going to
whatever.
get a better life.
Yeah. But it was funny because like I took him out to the woods with my dad, and so my dad took him out of the car. As soon as he took him out, he starts peeing on my dad, and then my dad just looks at him and he goes, "Oh, that's
This ain't
not
a boy.
This ain't a boy.
man."
That's a man."
Meaning that he has a big appendage.
Yes, big wiener. So yeah, we were like, "Oh, okay, so it's a boy then," and then it's cute because
For y'all who don't know, we adopted Link off the street under a container. Like a container, like it was.
it's like a little shed type thing, and they were all living there like under the shed.
Yeah. And we didn't pick him because of this. We're not being special and cute. It's a beautiful story because, so she wanted to get a dog, and we talked about it for a long while, and me and her boyfriend were like, okay, let's do it. We're going to do it together.
Yeah.
It's going to be our dog. And then, of course, I, with my intense social networking skills,
Absolutely.
found like a lot of like dogs from the street, like as to not get a. I wanted to get a dog named Balto who was in the shelter. They adopted him later on. It's not a thing of like, oh my god, he's there. No, they adopted him later on, but Balto was a beautiful boy. Anyways, so
I wanted a puppy. Like I wanted someone to grow up.
Balto was
he
already,
like,
I think, about his age now.
Yeah.
So I sent them all pictures of puppies,
yeah.
and then we're all looking at individually at our phones.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, okay, which one do we want most? And we all showed our phones, and it was all of us wanted him.
And that was the most beautiful part of it because it was like, okay, so he sent all of the pictures, and it's like he was at home, and I was with my boyfriend, and we had like a group chat thing, or I sent him the picture. I don't know. But I was looking through all of the pictures, and my boyfriend's on the other side of the couch looking through all the pictures, and I'm like, oh my god, I love him. And then I scroll down, and I see you said him too. And then my boyfriend turns to me and he's like, "Oh, I like this one." And then we're like, "Oh, it has
to be this one." Then we come to the place where him and his brothers are short-haired.
Yeah, we picked the hairiest motherfucker on the face of the planet.
Yes, and I think him and another dog were like fluffy.
Yeah.
I think the other one didn't have brown ears, or was he entirely different color? I forget.
No, I think there were two that were like white, like him, and then the rest were brown.
Yeah. But no, the long-haired one, the other long-haired one.
I think it was also blonde.
how did we differentiate them? I think it was the ears.
Yeah, and they had like a different face
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it
yeah,
was like
yeah.
yeah,
They had different faces. Anyways, he was the kind of the runt of the litter.
yeah, he was the last one to get anything. Like he wouldn't get out to get food or
We
water.
fed them for a week or two, I
Yeah,
think.
before we like took him because we wanted to like, get familiar. But that's the funny part. He's the only dog that didn't like get attached to us because he wouldn't get out.
No, the other dogs they didn't approach us very well. There was two dogs. One of them, two dogs that instantly went and greeted us and shit.
Yeah,
And one we named John.
yeah, because he's very like what?
Hi,
Hi, I'm
here's
here.
Paw.
Yeah.
Here's Paw
Um,
instantly. But no, Link.
if we just went there blindly, we probably would have picked him.
Yeah, that's the thing. We picked him,
Yeah.
and he probably would have died.
Yeah.
He was really. He
Hi.
just did like a fuck yeah.
Yeah.
He no, because literally all of them would get out and like their back paws would hit him
Yeah.
as he's being like you.
And then he would be like quite literally the last one to get out, the last one to we barely like we saw him maybe twice before we
Yeah, yeah,
actually
yeah,
managed to like catch him. It was such a stressful moment for me.
yeah. Because so her
'Cause he was
boyfriend.
so terrified and I was so
Yeah.
like, let him go. And then my boyfriend's like, do you want a dog? Do you or do you not want a dog?
Now it's
Like
funny because your boyfriend did that. You know what I did? So we put food a bit outside of that shelter place, waited for him to come out. Amel comes from one side, and I'm waiting on the other.
Yeah.
Amel grabs him a bit, and then I'm the one to take him.
Yeah.
He bites my hand a little bit. It's fine. He's scared, and he's just like, like he can't do
Yeah.
shit. Amel's like, do you want the? We're talking to you. I'm just entering the car.
The dog. But and I'm so like, cause he was scared and he's like, he got like being like squeamish and being like, and I'm like, let him go. I feel bad. Let him go. And then like, we wouldn't have caught him after that. There was not a chance.
Yeah.
So I'm a weak person. I'm glad that you all are not. Then what happened when we got into the car?
Shat on my pants.
Completely.
That used to be oversized then. Anyways, so we carry him home. We give him a little shower, and then he barely moved the first few days.
The first like month, like
No, but remember the first time we put him down, like
oh yeah,
on the floor,
first
he didn't even put his head down to rest it.
yeah
He was just he
so
was
scared.
paralyzed. But later on, he started because he was fine with us.
Yeah.
We would come up and he wouldn't be like, no, no, no,
Yeah,
back
yeah.
off. He'd just be like, okay, you're here now.
Mhm.
And then later, it was more the space he didn't get acquainted
Yeah,
to.
he was very like, where am I? What's going
He
on?
got hyper the second we started taking him out. Because
Mhm.
we started taking him out in the neighborhood, he was still
Yeah.
like, it's a closed space, so we
Yeah.
can't do shit. When you started walking him, because I was sick when you started walking
Yeah.
him, he was just like, I'm fine now.
Yeah, I'm great. My anxiety, everything's just gone.
I'm just gone. He was a very shaky dog, though.
He was a very shaky dog.
Now he's not.
But he's the smartest. I know every parent thinks this, okay? But
I know a smarter dog than him.
who?
That French bulldog from our neighbors.
Okay, what's his lore?
Her lore
Her lore.
is that she knows how to play with him in a very smart way. Because she will run, 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 and when she notices that she's tired, she'll hide just a little bit, make him confused.
Mhm.
I just think that's a very smart dog.
Plays with when he plays with her.
Yeah.
I'm saying like dogs who pick up on shit fast.
Yeah.
He's very like everything, every trick, everything. Like you have to pee or poop outside or whatever. He
Knew it
learned that in
instantly.
a day.
Knew it instantly.
In a day, figured everything out we needed him to. And
Yeah.
again, another thing is like whenever he takes something he's not supposed to take, he knows it. He's just a dickhead about
He's
it.
an asshole.
He's just an asshole, but he's smart. And I'm like, okay, you still have a personality.
You know how to sit. You know how to sit and everything.
Yeah.
But you don't want to sometimes.
Just sometimes he's just like, I'll stare at you dead in the eyes. I know, but
I know.
I'm not gonna.
I'm not gonna.
Anyway, we're talking about the dog a lot. What's
Well, it's his.
Oh yeah,
It was his birthday,
it
so
was his birthday, and
we're having a little dog corner.
yeah,
He's sleeping right next to me. What I love about him is that he's not like if I move, he's not like okay, I'm going away.
yeah.
And my cat Tintin doesn't do that either.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We both had a traumatic experience with both of our animals. One we shared, one was my cat. My cat went behind my bed,
Mhm.
and I have like a double decker bed, and we had to like take him out with a stick,
Mhm.
and it was very intense.
Yeah.
He went under the shower.
The dumbass. Now we
'Cause
had
we
the
did-
bathtub, and he
Yeah.
somehow managed to get behind it, and like he got stuck because and also the positioning of that was horrible because it wasn't like a it's just on the ground. There were bricks underneath the bathtub and like shit. I don't
It was
know.
a very not well made bathtub.
Yeah,
It was a great bath.
it was a great place to be.
Yes,
And
and
it was
when you're
beautiful.
inside the bathtub and you have the mirror, he perked up like, "What, are you talking about the bath again?"
Look, talk about the bath. God, I'm sorry. It's been 2 years. Let it go, woman.
It has been
Um,
almost 2 years.
Yeah, but no. So he runs up behind that, and I'm like, I don't know if I knew for a fact that he could get out. I'd be like, okay, take your time. When you get hungry or
Yeah.
thirsty, you'll get out. I didn't know if he could or couldn't, and I didn't know how to get to him. So I kept like it got to a point where I'm like, okay, you just live there now. I'm gonna feed you with the fork.
Yeah.
Like and the most annoying part is like my hand would reach like it was like 2 centimeters
Yeah.
away from me.
You can
manage to
your
grab him.
fingertip can feel like a hair.
Yeah, and then like in a second I do grab it, he's like
Oh,
you
yeah.
know pulling away.
No, because he was just I think sitting on a brick or something.
Yeah, so it was
His tummy was on a brick,
yeah.
and then your friends came over and they pushed him out.
Yeah, so one of them got like a broomstick and like shoved it behind him to like push him, and I was like in the beginning at the other side, so she pushed him a little bit, and I grabbed his collar and like yanked him out.
Yeah.
And he just hugged me, like
Yeah.
it was like I took him on the couch and he was on top of me and he was hugged me and whatever. And then like 2 minutes later, he went and pissed on the pillow.
Yeah.
But hey,
Hey.
look at us.
So he always made it well known that he likes us.
Yeah,
Because when he would sit with us, he would like lick our hands
Yeah,
for
yeah.
like a long time. He just was like, "What is this environment?" Because I think that's the same way he was in the litter. He was
Yeah.
just under the thing, and he was just like, "I'm not gonna come out a lot."
Yeah, and I'm scared. He used to be a very scared dog, and now he's like, come at me, airplane.
No,
I
I
don't
remember
care.
a friend of mine was like,
I'll take on a car.
"Do you guys hit him?"
Yeah,
Because he'd go to pet him and he'd go,
Yeah.
No, just the whole time he was
yeah.
a
Now
shaky,
he's,
shaky, shaky dog.
now he's crazy.
Now he ate a tank.
Yeah. Beautiful
Um,
boy.
So, yeah, no, it was his birthday. It was really nice. I spent my last dime buying him a bone. So
Yeah.
that was something. We bought an air fryer.
But an air fryer, that happens.
We are on top of our shit.
I know. We have an air fryer. How much more of an adult can we be? Come on now.
Come on. We even started buying spices.
Yeah, spices, air fryer. I'm just looking at that Lego we made.
So I got Selma into Lego. She
Oh my
likes it a lot
God.
more than puzzles.
I thought it was gonna be like
You just have to know how to make
you
it.
have to know how to make it. And I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to figure this
Yeah.
out.
You
And
didn't
then
know there
it
were
was-
instructions?
Yeah, I didn't know. And then I saw the instructions. I was like, oh my God, this is the most relaxing thing I've done ever.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I
I love it.
love Lego so much. I got her like 2 Lego flower sets and 2 vases.
Yeah.
What would be the like? Okay, vases, yeah. But if you say vase, what's the plural? Vases,
Yeah, like
vasi.
that's like it's a vase and it's multiple vases.
No, multiple
right?
vases. When you say
Yeah.
vase,
Like
but when you
vase,
say vase,
it's
vases.
no, I don't know.
I don't know. And I study English. I'm gonna ask a professor,
Yeah.
and they're gonna be like, "Just say vase."
Yeah, shut up.
The Hava Nagila fell down.
We'll put it up.
We have a little thing like where you can hang photos and
Yeah.
you can do the like writing on it, and you got it for your last birthday,
Yeah,
and I just wrote Hava Nagila Venismeha.
which is funny.
Rejoice and be happy.
You know.
Yeah. So I was just like, yeah, I am a fan of the Jewish religion in the way that I watched Dune 2 recently.
Yeah.
That guy is he's not a Muslim person, but he's very into the Islamic faith.
Yeah. Like that.
And it was a very interesting movie. It was at some points hard to watch because like religious trauma,
Mm-hmm.
but it was a fun movie, and it was funny. One time, a girl came up to a guy,
Yeah.
and I was watching it with my friend, and she was like, "Oh, women can be in that part of the Jamia."
Blocking the mistake. Hilarious. I don't know. I think every religion has something beautiful and something bad about it.
Absolutely,
And there you
except
go.
Buddhism, they just have beautiful.
Yeah, they just have beautiful. And I
I'm
love if
kidding.
I
They
were to
probably have some shit.
yeah, but I'm not well versed in it, but if I had to choose one thing to believe in, like what happens after you die, reincarnation.
Absolutely, I think that's just a beautiful,
Yeah, and it's just like recycling, in my
makes
personal
sense.
opinion.
It
You
makes
know, it
sense.
makes most sense out of everything
Yeah,
else.
it is.
It doesn't,
In
but like out
in
of all
some way, we are everybody.
exactly.
There's this story from Night Vale, and I think it's so beautiful. So it's an episode where it's just called bedtime. So Night Vale is a podcast.
Yeah, you should.
But yeah. So and there's an episode where um this kid. It was just like I'm not gonna tell you the news. I'm gonna tell you a bedtime story,
Mm-hmm.
and it's this kid who wanted to know everything. That was his whole thing when he was young, and it's they added a lot more characters and a lot more to start. And but the whole thing was that at the beginning he just wanted to know everything. That was his thing. So one day, an angel comes up to him, and in Nightville, all the angels are named Erica.
Okay.
Okay, so
Sure.
so Erica tells him like you're gonna know everything. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what you're gonna do. And he looks up into the sky and he asks the sky, "What do I do?" And the sky told him. So he starts spitting at the floor,
Okay.
spitting at the ground, at the soil,
Uh-huh.
until he gets one with the soil,
Okay.
turns into a tree,
Oh.
and then the tree is like, and then like he goes like, my sister would always come to the tree,
Mm-hmm.
and she would read, but I would
Yeah.
not know how to read it because
Yeah.
I knew a different way. I wasn't sad
Existing.
because
Yeah.
but it was my sister. I knew that she was
Yeah.
such a, and then the angel comes, chops him down.
Oh.
But I was like, it is described as a horrendous scene.
Yeah.
And then his family
Mm-hmm.
uses him as firewood,
Mm-hmm.
and his like
Spark.
just like his fire turns
Yeah.
into air.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody breathes it in, and he knows everything
Wow.
because he's part of the system.
Yeah.
He's part of everything now, and
We
that's just
are
I
one.
and I
It
think
is a beautiful way to look at the world.
yeah, it is. And I remember being 12, like, holy shit, mom,
Mom, I am good.
you sure are. Have some
Okay,
lasagna.
buddy. Um, I don't know. I've pondered the existence a lot.
I don't ponder existence.
I don't
We're
now
we're
because
completely different
yeah.
when it comes to that. You're like, oh my god, what if aliens exist? And I'm like, they do. Next question.
Okay, I was never stupid enough to ask the question.
No. But I'm saying like you will be like
Yeah,
you will
what if
think about the aliens.
like one of my latest theories is when you dream, is it just going into an alternate universe where you exist as that person?
No, next question. That's our difference. I will be like, do I have a definitive answer on it? No. Okay, I will
Yeah.
not waste
I'm
time
not
on it.
gonna
I
like
don't
be
think
like
that
you're
what you're doing.
stupid, but like
I don't think that what you're doing is wasting time. I think it's very interesting. For me it isn't. I just sit
Okay.
down and I'm just like I would rather be masturbating.
Oh well.
So
Hmm.
it is time. Since
Okay.
it's Mother's Day.
Yes.
No, not Mother's Day.
Women's Day.
Women's Day. On my phone it says Mother's Day for some reason. I was like,
It was Mother's Day too. Like I think it overlapped this year.
cheap.
Yeah, cheap.
Very cheap. Very cheap. But
Um,
since it's Women's Day, we had to choose somebody very, very special to talk
very
about.
special, very woman, very mother.
A very woman, very mother, and this is the first time I want to do for the first few episodes. I wanted to do some very different things. I
Mm-hmm.
want to do a movie that's mother, a person
Yeah.
that's mother but isn't a mother.
Mm-hmm.
Today we're doing a
A
mother
mother that is a mother and
that is a
is
mother, and
a woman.
her motherhood is beautiful.
Oh,
We are talking about
the one
looking
you-
back in Connecticut, grass, no one. We're looking at the candle in the wind.
Yes.
Not Marilyn Monroe,
No.
but
The
Princess
princess.
Di. We're talking about
Princess of Wales herself.
Princess of Wales herself, England's Rose.
England's
How did
Rose.
you get to? First of all, is she a mother?
She is a mother.
She's
She
a
has
mother.
2 boys. One is kind of a wimp. We don't need to talk about it.
She was a nice mom.
She was a great mom,
Yeah.
and if she were alive, they would turn out very differently.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion, I'm
Okay.
not a fan of either of them.
You're not a fan of either of them.
No.
What about Harry? He
Is he
wrote
the
that
younger
book.
one?
He wrote that book.
He wrote that book. Yeah, I hate him.
The
For
ginger
some-
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
For some, I'm like, I don't know. I just have a thing.
He's the
against
one
him.
who left the.
Yes, and
Royal
like, yeah, say preach, like, yeah, save it for your whatever. Do that. I just don't like. He's such a. I hate it. I know it. I shouldn't say this, but like be a man. Like, don't, and I don't mean it.
Be a
but
person. Be
Be
a
a
person.
person, and it's so fake. That's my problem with
Yeah.
it. He'll go like, and we learned about these breathing exercises, and then he goes, and it's like, you don't need it.
Yeah.
You don't. I don't care what it is. You
Yeah.
don't need it. Like you, and it's like, well, we separated from the. You still have security guards around you.
Yeah.
Calm the fuck down. Like you're
Your
not
life didn't change
suffering.
that much.
I don't.
But my question is, was he silent or was he silenced? Oprah Winfrey, a horrendous person.
Hate. I don't know, but okay. So the whole. What was your
So
first introduction to Diana?
that was gonna be my question. How did you get first introduced to Diana? I know it's a distinct memory I have in my head. It was, and it's such a weird one. It's Germany's Got Talent.
Okay.
So it's not just singing. It's like I will come out and my dog will play, like Simon Cowell, like the American one. And a woman came out doing a story in sand.
What is Simon Cowell about? What does he do?
He's, I think,
Is he
a
a
producer.
singer?
I think he's a producer.
Okay. So where are you to check?
He created One Direction.
I know, but is he like a singer? Like that's my.
I
Like,
think
what's his
he's.
talent?
I
to
think
be
he's a
judging?
producer. Producers do very much.
Okay.
Producers, like they kind of have the strings of a band.
Okay.
Because I like Vocaloid, but like I don't like Hatsune Miku. I like a producer that does the song, that creates the song. Anyway,
Okay. Yeah. Never mind. No,
so
we never will.
he is not.
Not
Is he
mother.
mother?
No.
But I will wear like tight fitting shirts.
Yeah.
We have to talk about Simon Cowell there. So it was Germany's Got Talent. Probably Heidi Klum was in the audience. That's what I was watching. So a woman comes in doing a story in sand. So it's like you create random scenes in the sand and shit like that. And I remember I just thought it was such a beautiful story. And
Oh, I saw that. When she turned it around and it was a picture of her.
no. That was something different. But I
Okay.
know
Do you
about
know
that
what
too.
I'm talking about?
I know
Okay.
about that too. No. She's not doing one picture. So she's does like, and then she like
Erases it.
shovels the sand,
Uh-huh.
and then she does another picture.
Okay.
And I remember, so it was like her meeting, her having her kids, her meeting Dodi Lafayette, and then I remember her cleaning the sand and her drawing a tunnel, and then she's doing like the EKG thing,
Okay.
and she's just flatlining,
Yeah.
and I was just sobbing.
Yeah.
And my mom was sobbing too, and I was like, "Mom, like, what
Well-
story is that? What Disney movie is this?" And she was like, "It's about Princess Diana." And I was like, "I think
I didn't see that movie.
for somebody to do this beautiful expression
Oh, yeah.
of about somebody, it must have been somebody really special."
Yeah.
And I was a kid who was like, "I love Britain, and I like the royals and everything."
Yeah.
And then I knew more about Princess Diana. And that was my first introduction, and I was just like, I will love this woman.
Yeah.
My dog is going away, and he was sleeping on my like almost on my lap, and now
Yeah.
I'm cold.
Get back here.
Anyways, that was my first introduction to Princess Anna. Of course, through childhood, teenagehood, every aspect of my life, I've just followed more and more about her.
Yeah.
I won't watch Princess Anna movies.
Mimi, I was about to say because I didn't see. I don't think I've seen it.
They get
all.
money grabby.
Yeah. And
I
think
want
they
to watch
overplay it.
Princess Anna in her own words because
I
that's a
want-
documentary where they took her like her actual interviews
Yeah.
and shit like that. But so many are just like,
Yeah.
I'm Princess Diana and this is a sad movie.
Yeah. And then it's like the whole drama with Camilla, which I think is was the least of her worries.
Yeah.
I don't think she cared. I don't think she loved Charles.
You know what she said?
Hmm.
Please a crowd.
She's speaking of that, okay.
Well, you do your first your
Yeah.
introduction.
My first introduction to her. I don't remember exactly. I just know like
No,
random things would come up online where I'd be like, Princess Diana, okay, fine. And then one day I was like, oh, she seems fun.
Yeah.
And let me research up on it. And that's the thing, I will have one niche interest for a week and I will like dig.
We're very different in that.
Yeah, and then forget about it. And I found everything. I found everything there is to find out about her whole life, like how it all began. And it's like she was 16 and Charles was like well into his 20s when they met.
That's fun.
Anyway, besides that, so the one thing that I gravitated the most, and this man, oh my god, I gotta Google his name because I keep forgetting it.
And you gotta say it.
I gotta say it. And he is the most, like, I've never seen a man speak that well. Well, I mean, he's a speech coach, so, you know. Um,
They should make
so,
a modern day remake of the King's Speech with that man.
yes,
Do you know
they
the
should
King's
do.
Speech?
Hold on. You talk for a second.
Do you
I
know
think.
about the King's Speech?
No.
It's a movie where the king is like stuttering and doesn't know how to talk properly, and then he finds a speech therapist, and then the speech therapist teaches him how to talk. And then there's that scene where he's like, "I am angry at you," and
Yeah.
does like a big monologue, and then he goes like, "You didn't stutter once." They should do a modern remake of that with Diana and him. When I did Princess Diana for my British class because I study and because I study for English language and culture and books and shit like that. So we had a class just about Britain history and Britain, like everything. So I was like, I'm gonna do Princess Di, and I
Mm-hmm.
did it, and everybody cried.
Okay, his name is Stuart Pierce.
Stewie.
Stewie. So the thing was, he had like he knew someone who knew Princess Diana.
Yeah.
Essentially, that was the
And the story that you told me, we don't know if it's true, but like they were like had the same hairdresser or something like that.
yeah. It was like a random person that they both anyway. So he's hearing her speak on a lot of these things. Because she was very like charity oriented and she wanted to
We'll
bring
talk more.
awareness to
We'll
things.
talk more about
Yeah, but he was listening to her one time on the radio, and he was like, he called up the person that they both knew and said, "Tell Diana that she's boring." Like essentially being like you, like she needs help. You
Yeah.
know, when she presents herself, whatever. So
If he
then,
saw me, he'd go like, he needs help.
yes,
If you listen to this podcast,
it's like,
they
ooh,
need help about talking. No, 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 no,
no,
no, absolutely
see
not.
a therapist.
They talk amazingly.
They're beautiful speakers. See a therapist.
She's a
Um,
card.
so the person does that, Diana directly reaches out to him and she's like, okay, let's hook up. Let's figure this out.
Let's hook
Not
up.
hook up. So they meet. And this man, when I'm listening to him, when I'm looking at him, seems like such a, like, he is the man that I would fall for.
Okay.
Completely. And so he's talking about her and so that interview thing that's circling around, like, well, there was three of us in this marriage.
Yeah, that was also the interview where she was like, I would like to be.
Yeah, the
I'm the
woman,
princess. I'm the princess of people's
hearts.
hearts.
That was him.
She didn't say hearts. She said
Oh.
hearts.
So that was taken from one of the video scripts that he had set. So they set up a camera. It's like, okay, let's practice. I'm gonna interview you with him,
Yeah.
but it wasn't supposed to be for television. It was just supposed to be for them to like, and that's why she was so open and vulnerable.
Yeah.
That's
Diana's, I think, most important thing about her was her vulnerability,
yeah, she
and
really was.
he helped her
Get it out.
get it out.
Yeah. But my favorite story, and this is where I fell in love with her, and I'm crying every fucking time I hear it. So during all of these things, he's telling her, like, you're so unsure of yourself. When you speak, you can see the insecurity, and people do not, like, don't take that well.
Gravitate to that.
Do not gravitate to what you need to do right now is like close your eyes and imagine yourself that you came from the bottom of the like lowest, like you came from being a hooker, and that was a very controversial thing to say to the Princess of Wales.
Yeah.
But she was like, imagine that you came from like you were out in the streets and you were just a whore, and imagine that you're doing this now. You climbed such a ladder in your life, and now you're here. Walk with that kind of confidence. Anyway,
I'll
so
be the worst person to tell that to because I'd be like, do you mean like Julia Roberts in Pretty Women?
yeah,
She was confident. She wasn't on.
Yeah.
She wasn't on the bottom of the barrel.
so, and this is allegedly he's saying that this happened, and I believe him because so one time after they had a few sessions or whatever, like he told her this at the very beginning, they had a few sessions, they had it all passed.
Do you imagine he was like a very strict high school drama coach? He entered the room like, why is nobody rehearsing?
yeah,
And he walked in, flung the door open, and he went like, imagine yourself as a whore, darling.
yeah. Yes, he was that. I loved him,
And
for
that's
it.
why you love him.
Yes.
You love those people.
I love those people. Anyway, so like after a while, she goes and she gives a speech somewhere. I don't know. I think it was for AIDS, and she's getting off stage, and like paparazzi people, everyone is swarming her. Talk about that too. But there was a lot of people, and he couldn't get to her in
Yeah.
time to like say hi or whatever. And so he's standing. He's somehow like he's seeing her get into the car, and right as he got to the car, she flings it open, kicks it with her leg, and goes, "Not too bad for a whore, is it?"
Oh.
And I was so like,
You like that.
I
You like
love that. And
You-
like, why didn't anybody put that in? Why isn't that her quote?
yeah.
Like, why isn't that the epitome? Because she was that. She
Yeah.
was such a people's people
Yeah.
person, you know?
Person. Yeah, yeah.
And such a beautiful, funny, caring person and a philanthropist. She was just everything. And to be in that state of life and to be that high up, look at that.
You have that amount of privilege
That
because she
kind
was
of
born
privilege.
into privilege.
Yeah,
You
that's the
can't
thing.
get into the royal family without
Without something.
without a level of
Yeah, but you had that and you had everything. You were at one of the highest positions in the world, and everybody expected you to just like sit there and look pretty. And she said, "No,
She said, "No, I'm gonna look pretty.
I'm gonna look pretty. I'm not
First
gonna
of all,
sit. Shut up, though."
first of all, gonna look pretty in the way that the royal family doesn't want me to be."
Exactly. And I'm gonna just go out there and I'm gonna live my life. And they had a problem with that.
Yeah. No, me. I did so when I did it for class. My professor was like, which aspect of hers did you would you like to talk about more?"
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, her fashion and her motherhood. And a
Yeah.
friend of mine, very reasonably was like, she did so many things,
Yeah.
and you care about those two parts. And I was like, I understand, because she's like a very intense like feminist person, where
Mm-hmm.
she was like, oh, you just like talking about her as just as a mother would be so. And I'm just like, no, I'm just a person who's very affected by motherhood and
Yeah.
fighting the way that quote unquote you should raise children in that,
Mm-hmm.
because in the royal family, when you're born, you're raised by a nanny.
Yeah.
You're not raised by, and she was the one to pick her kids up.
To
She
run with them and to do like
there's pictures of her like doing the like, when they do like a meetup and all the parents
yeah.
from primary schools,
Mhm.
and then she would play with her children and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And that's beautiful. But the second, and she was just like, you're gay, so of course you're gonna care about fashion. She used fashion in the way that nobody else uses fashion, and this is why I get really intense when somebody wants to be a Diana type.
Mm-hmm.
That when Taylor Swift came out in that Diana dress,
Kill yourself.
I was no, because I have friends who are very intense about the Taylor Swift, and
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Taylor Swift. I do not like Taylor Swift, but I will always be like, to each their own, blah blah blah. In that moment, I couldn't be composed. I couldn't be nice about it. I couldn't be like,
Yeah.
I was just like, no, that's Diana's dress and that's
Uh-huh.
Diana's story, and you don't get. And the thing is, people who love Diana are crazy.
I know.
There's a
Hi.
Facebook group. Did I
Okay.
send you that?
No.
There's a Facebook group because people are talking about the missing of like that. Who's missing right now? Kate Middleton. And then somebody
Oh,
went
that's
into like
it's funny.
and somebody went into the like Diana Facebook group,
Yeah.
and there's this one person, and I relate. It's so funny. They go like, every day of my life, I use my Princess Diana plate, but I never cover her face. And then she was like eating spaghetti, so like Diana's hair was spaghetti.
That is so funny. God, I love crazy people.
I love crazy people so much when they're obsessed with like one thing
Yeah.
and shit like that.
It's 1997. That's when she died. I thought it was in the 2000s. Or was that Michael Jackson? I think it was again. I think they died at the same time for some reason.
Did I tell you the story of how I knew that Michael Jackson died?
Huh?
A colleague of mine, a friend of mine from the playground, because
Okay.
we were very young when Michael Jackson died,
Yeah.
and like somebody on the playground was like, "Do you know who Michael Jackson is?" And I'm like, "Yeah, he was a." Do you know of Michael Jackson? And I was like, "Yeah, he's a very famous singer." He goes, like, "He was a very."
Grammar is important.
And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Oh, he died."
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Hilarious.
But
Okay.
no, my friend will always rub it in my nose that he went to the place where she died, like he was in the like
In the
the
tunnel.
tunnel. Yeah. The thing
I couldn't go there.
I would
I would fall apart. I'd
I
wait
would
for a
die.
car to hit me.
I would die. But no, Princess Anna did a lot of fashion things that shouldn't have been done.
What's your favorite?
What's my favorite? Um, it's not an outfit.
Okay.
It's the fact that she never wore gloves. Because in the royal family, you had to wear gloves. you have to wear gloves
Didn't know
because
that.
you're not supposed to have normal physical contact with the people. When you touch them, it has to be a handshake, and they have to feel your gloves. It's, she didn't wear the gloves, and she goes like,
Sure.
and you have to wear a hat.
Yeah.
And she said, you have to wear a big
I'm
hat.
actually crying. This
She-
is so stupid.
She had to wear a big hat, and she was like, you can't hug a child with gloves, and you can't give them a kiss with a big hat. Isn't that beautiful? Just it's. I'm
She is.
not gonna come here. I love that spaghetti red dress. She showed her shoulders. Yes, Diana. No, it's she.
Okay, I was about to say that black dress.
Yeah, the romance dress. I mean, it's
Oh my God, so beautiful. God, but
see, you love an iconic moment. I love.
Yeah.
I love
yeah, like a story.
a story where
Yeah.
it's like, this is the thing of it.
Yeah,
Her favorite band was Duran Duran,
love.
and when she died, they were like, we miss our princess dearly.
You know that Michael Jackson.
She went to a Michael Jackson concert and he didn't sing Dirty Diana.
For her, like-
Respect.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, "That's too bad. It's my favorite song."
She's the best, and also as a part of the royal family, you're not supposed to say that you listen to commoners' music. But she was like, I love Duran Duran, I love Michael Jackson, I love punk, I love rock.
You're not supposed to. You're fucking. They like
You're supposed to be a neutral, perfect person.
true, but they pick and choose who they're gonna make like sirs and shit. Like Elton John is a sir.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't care.
yeah. No, that's my thing with her fashion. She's fashion as a weapon, and when everybody says like, I'm a fashion person, I care about fashion. You don't know shit about fashion.
Yeah.
You don't know shit about fashion. You're not using fashion to properly express yourself.
Yeah.
I like looking at fashion. I like hearing stories about fashion. I'm not a fashionista. I love a hoodie and I love
Yeah, I love
jeans.
jeans and love good. Yeah, I feel like I'm the same. I'm not someone who's like,
Yeah.
but I do love seeing it.
Yeah, celebrities going like, I love fashion. I love fashion is so important to me. Why? I hit my teeth with the microphone. Why? Why is fashion so important to you?
Yeah, what do you have to express?
What are you fighting here?
Yeah,
What are
what
you-
demons?
yeah.
What's the
You know, I mean,
story?
sometimes it's like Billie Eilish. I think has a very interesting fashion
Yeah.
journey.
Yeah, but a lot of people just look like Billie Eilish dressed like that from the get go, and she just like quote unquote stayed true to her, and it's a great fashion. Like she
Yeah.
has amazing
No,
fashion.
because she was like at first she was like the whole baggy shit, and then
Yeah.
when she grew up, she did more like classical Hollywood beauty.
Yeah, and then but also incorporated the baggage shit into it
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
which
yeah.
I love. I love Billie Eilish's style a lot. But in
Go
my head, I'm
going
like,
into blonde, and then people were like, "You're blonde." Fucking
there's a lot of like I respect it. I love it. I love the meat dress will forever. I miss that. I
Yeah.
want
camp.
statement.
You want camp.
I want camp. I want like what are you fighting right now?
Yeah.
What's the cause?
I love you.
What's the is it like I'm a piece of meat or was it like veganism? Like what was the
Do you want to tell me what it is about? Do you want to tell me what it is about? It was about the needless bloodshed of wars. We're talking about
I
Lady Gaga's meat dress here. It was a statement about wars.
I will throw up. I miss her. I miss Lady Gaga types because even Lady Gaga is not Lady Gaga anymore.
She's in LinkedIn
She
right now.
is.
She's in LinkedIn right
Yes, now she is Stephanie, and we love her for it.
Yeah.
She's great. I love who she is, but I miss that.
Yeah.
I want the drama of
Yeah.
shit.
And
But
no, Princess Di didn't come out being like she didn't wear fashion statements.
yeah,
She wasn't like I'm wearing this even though they told me not to.
she did have shitty handwriting. I'm just looking at her signature, I'm like, that's bad.
But no, she would compete in sports and shit like with the other moms and everything.
Yeah,
And
to see her doing like a mile run and touch it with her
Yeah.
family. I love her. So fucking every story about her. I'm like, you were
there's
such
not
a
a. You know what I thought about when we were like, we're gonna make this episode because I like to be pretty like. I'm just gonna ask the questions more.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna read up on shit.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna be the one. I'm more of like an interviewer. I give you the task of like telling the stories and shit
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. A thing I thought about Diana. You cannot be a person in this world that hasn't been positively affected.
Yeah.
You cannot be a person and hear a story of hers and be like I do not relate to that. I
Yeah.
do not. That does not touch me at all.
Yeah, it doesn't compute. And that's the thing. She was such an every person's person,
Yeah.
and there isn't like there's nothing bad to say about her.
Yeah.
You know, people are now digging up old videos of like the sound thing that was recorded of her being like. And this, I know it sounds bad, but I understand where it was coming from.
Yeah.
Because when she was going into like different hospitals and everything to visit kids and AIDS patients and everything like that, and she was going around and trying to for the
I know what you're
promo
talking about.
of that. There's like in the background you hear her say like, "Oh, that one doesn't look sick enough," essentially.
Yeah.
But you have
There is
to.
a point.
There's a point to like, yeah, give me the sickest one. I
It's
need
not
people to
the-
see what this is.
It's not me being a heartless person and
Yeah.
being like I'm doing it for publicity. It's I know what publicity is.
Yeah, and I know what's gonna draw attention to this cause.
First of all, what's going to draw attention? Second of all, if I shake hands with like some person who doesn't look sick,
yeah,
it's going to be nothing.
yeah, nobody's gonna care. But if you see this, then you're gonna understand that it's all tabloids and everything.
It will go better into the cause.
Yeah.
And it's the intelligence of understanding what the tabloids
why
are
she
doing,
did it and what.
how to do it. She was very outspoken about her support of AIDS.
Yeah.
Allegedly, I read this somewhere where I was digging that up. I don't know like the fact checks and everything, but allegedly the queen told her pick something prettier,
Wow.
like pick something cuter, like to
Yeah.
go on about like pick like
the
orphans.
Yeah. Pretty. I've always hated her, and I don't care that she's dead. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh my god.
I think if I remember correctly, I think this the exact quote was like pick something more pleasant,
Yeah.
something in that way.
Something that well, there was a lot of controversy around
Yeah,
AIDS
I
at
know,
the time,
but
so it was that. I just hate. I hate her. I don't know. Okay. Where are we with the conspiracy theory?
that
They killed her.
They killed her. I'm not a fan of it.
You don't believe it?
No,
Okay.
because I don't. I'm not a fan of the queen, but I don't think like
You know those letters that they found? I don't know if that's real or not. Where she was writing down like something in the sort of like they're gonna kill me. And I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's like somebody just dug up something random. Or maybe even if it was, maybe it could have been like, oh, she's gonna be dead to me,
yeah,
that type.
something that way.
But
No, I don't believe it because I think it would be a really dumb thing to do.
it really would be like
Because like you would get backlash nonetheless.
yeah, and like they had a
People are gonna assume that you had some involvement with
yeah.
it, whatever happened. So hiring a kill for her wouldn't
Yeah.
wouldn't be. Do you think that John Mulaney killed her?
John Mulaney.
Do you not know that
No.
story? Okay. So there's a John Mulaney skit, and me and one of my friends we talk about it all the time. We love John Mulaney. He's a great storyteller. He explained how he grew up with parents who are lawyers,
Okay.
and one of his parents
Okay.
was very investigative, more like he's like, "Good night, John. Did you wash your teeth?" And he'd go like, "Yes," and he goes like, "John, this." And then he'd bring his toothbrush and he's like, "John, this toothbrush is bone dry."
It's
He
bone-
pointed
yeah,
at it
yeah.
and goes like, "It's bone dry." And I was like, "Let the record show I did not say it tonight." You know?
Yeah.
And then he goes like, "And my mom was more like a lawyer that would throw wild accusations at
Mhm.
anybody." One night she woke me up and she's like, one morning at breakfast she was like, "John, did you know that Princess Diana and her lover Dodi Lafayette died?" And I was like, "Mom, it wasn't me, I swear. You can feel the TV. It's warm."
Oh god.
And he's like, it was a good alibi because I was 12 and in America.
Yeah.
So it's always the question of like, the John Mulaney kill Princess Diana? And he always responds like, "We'll never know what happened in that Paris tunnel."
Oh god.
Princess Diana also visited buttfuck nowhere, Nevada.
Yeah, she came here, to look at war remains.
We're a country with war history,
a bit,
and
but
not just to look at war remains. She came here for a much more noble cause, to spread awareness about landmines.
yeah.
Yeah.
We still have those, by the way. Can we just take a second and realize how crazy that is to most people.
Yeah.
That you can just have a walk in the park,
You just step on a lamp.
step on a mine and die. It's there's so
Also-
much space that's yet not like researched.
No, it's
So
so
it's just
wild.
like
I remember,
you
I
have
think,
mines.
second or third grade of primary school,
Mm-hmm.
and they
School trip and it's like a sign. It's like careful mines.
yeah no, and in our books
Mm-hmm.
it was like, this is a sign for mines.
Mhm.
Never step on that.
Yeah, don't go there.
Don't go there.
That's
Absolutely.
all. That's all that we have. Also,
One
all
of
of
the
us
first
ignored
thing,
it.
one of the first things I learned in my life is
It's like mine. But like there's so many. One time I took a sign home because I thought it looked cool. There's that how many. That's how many there are that I just like picked one off of a fence and then took it home. But every single person I know has ignored the signs and just went.
I never have.
That
I'm good.
I was always like nah.
No, I think
It's
the
gonna
signs are
happen.
more like, keep
Yeah, be
go
cautious. Like
go the road.
yeah, go with the
Don't
roads.
go
Like
away from the road.
yeah. But then it's also like, wouldn't an animal step on it at this by now?
Yeah.
Wouldn't all of
No,
them?
but it's still, be cautious. And
yeah.
when
That's funny.
I was young and I'd get car sick and I would throw up in a bag, we would always throw my bag and buy a place that said like
Yeah.
mine place. But no,
It's so fun, like to grow up here. I don't care what anyone says.
I love growing
Like
up
who?
here.
Who?
I would
Who's
not
gonna have
like
this
to
story?
grow up in a non-homophobic place.
I know.
First of all, and second of all, just in a place with
No
not,
minds.
no minds and no history. You know.
Yeah. Like what? I don't want to be protected constantly. You
Yeah,
know.
that's
I don't
the
want
thing.
to. I'm glad that I didn't grow up. In
You know which
a
place
very-
doesn't do that? Sweden.
Mm.
They create their like we do now. They create their playgrounds not for kids to get
Mhm.
hurt, but with the ability for kids to get
Mhm.
hurt, because kids have to get hurt. They
Yeah,
have to like
exactly.
experience failure and pain
Yeah.
and shit like that. And
When I was teaching myself how to ride a bike, and yes, teaching myself, Jesus, I came home every fucking day with bruises all over my body to the point one time I had a cold and I went to the doctors and they were like checking my heartbeat and like my respiratory shit. They took my clothes off. Literally, the doctors had to like pull my parents aside to ask if they're abusing me.
yeah,
Like, are you beating this child
Yeah, are
because
you-
of how many bruises I had just from falling off the bike?
yeah,
Now, not even talk about like just wandering off into the street. Like you're going by foot to school and back from school at age 6.
absolutely.
Like no chaperone. You're just walking, no matter where you are. So
And we're not the type of people like, we're a small town and like nobody would hurt us.
no
People will
would.
hurt us.
There's a lot of drunk people. There's a lot of like
Druggies.
druggies. A lot of druggies.
I love when one time my friend from America came over. And he's like, a lot of people in your town look so sketchy, and I'm like, what do you mean? He's like they're on drugs. Oh, they are on drugs. That's
Not a look.
Hakim. Hi, Hakim.
Oh, every single neighborhood has one that's always outside.
Yeah.
Whenever you're out, he's out. And it's like usually an older guy with like shit stains on his pants that are turned inside out.
Yeah.
And he's walking. Hi.
Our dog is being very annoyed.
Very cute.
Um,
It's that, and they're just walking around, and you're like, oh, hi, sir. Would you like a beer? If you have money, you buy him a beer. He's like, oh, thank you. And he leaves. And it's
Yeah.
beautiful. I don't care. I love it.
there goes the there was like that joke like, there goes the crackhead that I see each morning. But no, Princess Di
Mhm.
came here to talk to spread awareness of minds, and then
Mhm.
there's of
Yeah.
course that iconic picture of her hugging that lady.
Yeah, that old
And
one.
then there's that video of somebody explaining like, and these women they survive, and because they're women.
Yeah, it was because so a lot of women in these parts lost their sons and their husbands
Husbands.
to war. So it's just a collection of old women who are left alone, and it's like you don't have a job, you don't have, you can't like it's war. It's
And
awful.
it's a lady who doesn't speak English. Diana,
Yeah, you
of
can't
course, doesn't speak
communicate.
but fucking word Nevadian.
Video.
So,
I just think butt fuck Egypt is funnier.
but fuck nowhere Nevada for me.
Okay.
Okay. But
Um,
Diana didn't speak but fuck nowhereian.
Yes. And so they were telling Diana like the story of she's alone, she doesn't have anybody. Both of her, all of her family died in war. But she, we're strong and we're keeping it. And she's keeping it. She's strong. And then Diana goes because she's a woman.
Because she's a woman.
Which
And I love, it's hard I mean,
Didn't have
nowadays.
that attitude of like, oh.
Nowadays, it's hard to be like to not be like, I'm woman, hear me roar.
But back then,
Back then, and it's even back then. I feel like you could be like, yeah, girl
Yeah.
bossy. It's the thing of just being like understanding, like she's a woman, she has the emotional intelligence to no, because Disney's doing that a lot now, where it's like somebody like, what's everything wrong with modern Disney, and she's like, because she's a woman, and every time she goes like, it goes like, this is my fight song.
yeah,
No, but just just the understanding and the compassion of like,
Yeah.
we don't speak the same language, but I get what you're
yeah, and
saying.
I'm here and I'm gonna hug you and I'm gonna hold you and we're gonna have this moment. And she was very big at moments. Like she's always, I'm present where I am.
Yeah,
If I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you. My mind is
yeah.
nowhere else. And I think that, and I just
You know who else she loved? David Bowie.
David Bowie.
And I think there's like a picture of them dancing together or something
Oh
like that. I mean,
no, she's lovely,
she's so
so
lovely,
lovely
and it
and smart.
it gets to a point where it's hard to talk about her. Like the
Yeah.
awareness she spread about like AIDS patients is so important
Yeah.
because marginally people were so ignored,
Yeah.
and then she comes in and just that's the thing. It's where I would be offended
Hmm.
if like a video came out and she was like, "Can I touch them? Can I hug them?"
Yeah. Yeah.
She didn't. She
She
just
didn't. She just did, and I don't know. She was beautiful, and she had sh in the short life that she lived, she
yeah.
lived 14 lives, and
She lived
all of
14
them beautiful.
lives, and she was
And
just
she took kind of weight for like she, and that's what pisses me off. She died for no reason. Like people, she didn't die because somebody killed her, because somebody hated her.
yeah.
It wasn't a situation of that. It
Yeah.
wasn't a, like quote unquote assassination. It wasn't.
Unless you believe it,
But you know what I mean? Like it was a freak accident of people being annoying and hating, legit, not hating,
yeah,
but
because
being
she
like,
died running away from the paparazzi.
yeah. So it was just like that was the worst that humans ever acted.
Yeah.
It's like, for my money, for my gain, I'm gonna make this person get into this car accident and die, and she didn't deserve that. And
Yeah.
I mean, not saying John F. Kennedy deserved to get shot, but like, you know what I mean? It
yeah,
wasn't
it
that.
wasn't a plan.
Yeah,
I am here and I am going to shoot
yeah,
you.
it was a freak accident because people were just acting like animals.
Yeah.
Then there's a video of a woman um talking to one of the paparazzi at her funeral, being like, "You did this to her," and then he said something like, "Well, if you, the people, didn't buy the
Yeah.
images, and this would never happen." And I'm like, you can't possibly think that
That's
somehow like revives you
Yeah.
from this,
No, it's
or
like
what's the word?
being a gunsmith
Redemption.
or a gunsmith or a poison maker.
Yeah,
Well, people kill people. I have to make the gun.
yeah. It's like just because people bought, the only reason you did it was for your own profit, and like, yeah, people are gonna buy it, but
No,
is
because
it?
you can be a paparazzi of like
You can be a paparazzi of like, fine, wait for like, go on to an event, take pictures at
an
an event.
Yes, absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah.
If it's just gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna take pictures of somebody leaving the coffee place, do it from a bush.
Yeah.
Zoom in, take
From
a
a
few
Kate
pictures,
bush.
go home. From a cape, but don't chase somebody into a fucking tunnel. She was the most photographed woman on earth
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah. Do you know that last picture of her that was taken?
No,
Oh my god. I think
it was like her in a car. When she
no,
got into
not
it.
in a car. Last paparazzi picture of her taken. And I think so do you know the like SZA's album cover
Mm-mm.
where she's sitting on the lake and she's alone on the sit. Let me find it for you.
Okay.
It's a kind of a perfect last picture to have.
Okay.
Mm, no, but you talk a bit. I gotta find it.
Okay. Um. No, that's my biggest problem with her. That is that it was such a freak accident to happen, and there was no. She got out of it. She got out of the whole shit with the royal family. She got out of the whole thing with Charles. She, like, and I mean, sure, it's fun to theorize and be like, oh, they killed her so that he could get remarried and da 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 da. Because it's like, in the eyes of the church, you can't get remarried unless the person that you first married dies. So, and they couldn't go against the church because so he couldn't marry. Technically, couldn't marry Camilla
Yeah.
until Diana died. But again, that's taking it too far to be like, yeah, they killed someone. It's not stupid. And also paparazzi were very intense, and I hate it. I hate.
So it's this picture.
Oh, okay.
And
What's
that's one
that
of the
one?
like that's Diana. That's one of the last big pictures. It's just Diana sitting alone.
Yeah.
But and it's such a
Kills.
yeah, I know. It's such a story.
Yeah.
It's easy to make a story, but and then people are like, "Oh my god, it's so easy to tell this story." No, it's not easy to
It's
tell the
not.
story. It will be easy to make a story of like about Princess Anne and shit, but make it. I think Spencer was okay.
Okay, I did see it. Is that the
I
one with
watched it
the?
in cinemas. My friend didn't like it. It was too slow and everything. And I get it. It's a very like it's a pompous movie,
Mhm.
and she keeps being like I'm like Anne Boleyn,
Mhm.
and that's a whole vibe of that. And but Kristen Stewart had a great performance in
Yeah.
it. I think she was great as Diana, and I think it was a tasteful portrayal of Diana
Yeah.
because it focused on one thing about her, and that was like um her journey of um what's it called when you can't eat and shit like that with
Eating disorder.
eating disorder.
Yeah.
Yes, I forgot completely. So
Yeah, that was also a part of her. I
yeah,
completely
she
blocked
talked
that
about
out.
her mental illness
Yeah.
a lot. She talked about which wasn't common.
Oh yeah,
You
remember
had to
that
be a
story when
super person.
she like fainted?
I don't.
It was she was in this. You must have seen the picture. Like, she's
Mm.
like this, and she's sleeping in like a pink.
Oh, in like a beautiful pink dress.
Yeah, so it
I
was.
just thought she was sleeping.
No, they had an event, and so she was walking with Charles, and that was at like the height of her eating disorder. She wasn't eating, she wasn't sleeping,
Yeah,
and then as they were walking, she leaned into him and she said, like, "I'm sick. I'm gonna be sick."
yeah,
And he was just like, "Just shut up." It's essentially just being like, "Just
yeah.
walk."
Just walk.
And then by the time she sat down, she ended up fainting, and then they played it off as like, "Oh, she's fine."
Yeah,
Fully could have died
yeah.
in that chair. Nobody gave a fuck. I hate the royals. I hate them.
But I thought it was a good Lord song. I want to end this on a fabricated note,
Okay.
but a cute little moment from the Crown series. I don't have any opinion on the Crown series, but I think this exemplify. I think this was a good scene that exemplified
Mhm.
Princess Di when she met Dodi Lafayette's dad,
Mhm.
and he was like, "My name is Ali, but you must call me Ali Ali." Why is that? All my friends do.
Mhm.
Do you have a do you always say the same thing twice?
Mhm.
And then she meets his son and she's like, "Are you Dodie
Uh,
or just Dodie Dodie?" And then he
yeah.
goes like, "What is that?" And she goes like, "It's a joke joke."
It's a
And Ali
joke.
goes like, "It's funny funny." That's very
It's
Diana.
very Diana-esque, yeah.
So
Yeah.
she was England's Rose.
Windsor, she was beautiful, and she's someone who will forever be remembered in the most beautiful light. And if anybody, and I mean this, TikTok people, I hate it because every beautiful person at some point they're like, "Oh, fuck this person. Everyone thinks they're so great, but they're not." No, never touch her. If
Yeah.
anyone does, I'm coming for your throats. I don't care. Like,
I
leave
I will
Diana alone.
you know if somebody says anything bad about Princess Diana ever,
Ever.
the jugular gone,
Mm-hmm.
my teeth sharpened,
Absolutely.
throat taken out with teeth,
Yes. Ate it.
boot stiletto.
Club, another club. I will die on this hill. I love her. I will forever love her. She is
I will
beautiful, kind,
if
smart.
1,000 people on this world love Diana, I'm one of them.
Mhm.
If two people on this world love Diana, we're
We're
one
one
of
of them.
them. If one person on this world loves Diana, one of us died.
Yes.
If nobody loves Diana, both of us
Mhm.
died. Except if we had children, then our children will also love
Yes,
Diana. That's
obviously.
you know,
That's like the core, like say please and thank you and respect Diana.
yeah.
That's my that's my teaching.
I'm gonna have like in Dairy Girls there's that scene where like she goes like I'm not lying and her mom goes like swear on Dolly and there's a framed picture of Dolly Parton in the corner me and
That's me.
I'm gonna have Princess
Yeah.
Diana.
Just like okay, there's a list.
Okay, who's mom of the week for you? We're both doing gay shit.
We're doing gay shit. I just want to talk about women in general this week.
Women,
Women are mothers. Okay,
women are
women
mothers.
are mothers, and it's it was a Women's Day, and yes, yeah, yesterday, and we had. I spent the day with my mom. I
Yeah,
mean, later.
I
And her
couldn't even
friend.
congratulate my mom 8th of March
Yeah.
because she went to visit in-laws.
Hmm.
So she came home and I was still at work and I was in a call and she was like, bye. And then
Yeah.
later I had to text her. But I'm like, when I went to college, I started not giving a shit about Women's Day. You know,
Okay.
because my college professors were really cool about it. They're just like, it wasn't like, oh my God, no, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just like, if you're gonna treat me any other way, any other day, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. 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 But there's a lot. I mean, for the day itself, it's
It's cute.
it's
It's a
cute. It's
cute
fine.
little day. If you treat it like anything other than that,
Yeah. You
one
did
of
too much.
that family friend who keeps talking about political shit on his
Uh
stories.
huh.
He posted and I was so close to blocking him. I just hit his stories. I don't give a shit. He posted like, "Happy 8th of March to all the sisters, mothers, and all the women with the XX chromosomes."
Oh, shut the
Oh, fuck
fuck up!
off!
Shut the
Fuck
fuck
off!
up!
Because
Seriously.
it's like I don't care about what your opinions on that are. Stop saying you're the Messiah.
Nobody. Okay, I hate. This is the thing. I hate it. It sounds so snowflakey. Stop pushing it in my face that you don't like trans people.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I don't give a shit.
Like you're a shitty person. I will
Yeah.
acknowledge that.
I will find a trans person and rub their genitals that quote unquote don't match in your
Yeah.
face.
Yes.
And that's how I feel.
It's like, oh, they have an agenda and they like keep like talking about it. The only reason why people keep talking about it is because
'Cause you talk
you
about
keep talking about it. You shut the fuck up and then let trans people live their lives
Yeah.
and be done with it.
Yeah.
I hate it from the bottom of my soul. It's like the new cool thing to hate.
It's my
Yeah.
laptop.
Anyway,
So no, trans women,
trans women are women. We love you.
biological women,
Love you.
women,
We love women. We
women
love
are
that.
great.
We love everyone.
We
Okay,
love
but I
everybody.
just want to
But
talk about women.
it was Women's
It was
Day.
Wednesday.
We love women.
Yes, and
Oh, I love being a
oh,
woman.
no, I love being a woman, and I do, and I really am lately. Not like about a year, 2 years, like in now. Really, really, really appreciate being a woman, and I know it's such a like. It sounds cliche now, but it's such a unique experience. And I know
Yeah.
being a man is a unique experience, but I like that I was born a woman. I
Yeah.
love that I was.
Yeah.
That I'm
No,
in this
because
world like this.
loving
because
being born a woman is being like, I love being born a minority. Like I
Mhm.
love being born being gay.
Yeah,
Um, loving being a man is a whole different thing.
yeah.
I love being a man in a way of like, I love that I have the ability to understand what men did wrong, but also defend men.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Understand where's the point of it? Yeah.
understand the point of it. Understand being able to just be like, hey, I'm here with you. Being able to understand my friend who will not be able to properly talk to a
Mhm.
man about political themes and
Yeah.
political subjects, but also being like, I get why you're mad. I get why you're not you, just
Mhm.
somebody who's like quote unquote an angry feminist.
Yeah.
I get why you're so riled up. But having the ability to sit
Yeah.
down and talk to another man who
Yeah.
is being very ignorant and shit like
Yeah.
that. Women are great.
Women are beautiful, and and the whole experience of growing up and living in this world as a it has there's a lot of issues with it, but it comes with so much beauty, and it's so gentle.
Yeah.
It's a gentle experience to live through it, and I love it, and I love the bonds that you can create. I mean,
Yeah.
it very much is that women are more empathetic and women are a lot more they have a lot more emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Usually because of
Yeah.
the social structure that we
Yeah.
live in.
Yeah, and you have to form those in order to
Yeah.
navigate being like in the world, and I love having that. And I don't think I would if I were a man.
Yeah.
I don't think, and I
No,
just know that
for a
because
man you have to fight to have your emotional intelligence.
yeah, you have to put in the work.
You have to put in the work because you don't grow up with it.
Yeah, that's exactly. You don't need it most of
Yeah.
the time, and women do, so you have to learn how to navigate it. And it's just such a. I love talking to you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like I just love the experience of friendship,
Yeah.
and I feel like it's much more intense with women. I love the experience of looking
It's
at a
funny because
flower.
your most intense friendship is with
Oh,
me.
man.
No, but I get what you're saying. I of course don't get your like
Yeah.
I of course don't have that experience, but I know that for men it's y- like I know men my age or older and they're just starting their
Hmm.
mental journey of like I'm going to become a more mentally mature person.
Yeah.
Well, women have to be that since the
True.
beginning, and I would say that it's sad. Like, no, it's sad when women are have to be afraid of living and shit like that.
Yeah.
But I think mental maturity is just the women's side of the part is did correct,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
while the man's side is being done incorrect.
Yeah.
So it's not a sad thing. Oh my God, the women have to grow up early. Fuck
Yeah.
off. No, it's
No, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful experience for me because I get to live in this world and appreciate everything I see,
yeah,
and to see like having emotional intelligence is also like having the ability to see things from different points of view and explore different ideas and look at like, okay, so this and this and that. With men, it's usually like, I believe this. Why? Because what about it?
yeah,
Like it, it goes back to that. And I love being a woman. Okay, I just do. Women are great, and the sacrifice that it takes to be an actual mother is a beautiful one.
yeah.
I love the nature. I love. I don't know. I just get so mellow about it now.
My, my,
I used to think it was cringe,
yeah,
and now I'm like waking up to the fact that it's not,
yeah.
and I love it.
No, used to have a very conflicting. I used to be very conflicted about being a man. And
Okay.
I love being a man. I
Yeah.
love. I would not
Really
choose to.
good for you.
Hey. No, I would not choose to be a woman, but I respect femininity and I respect
Yeah.
womanhood,
Yeah.
and I love women. No, because gay men very easily can be the biggest, like what's it called, sexists,
Misogynist.
misogynists. Gay men can be the worst misogynists,
Yeah, and you
and
didn't
it's
see it.
sad.
Most of them don't see it. That's the problem with it.
Yeah, no, because
I
they're
just
like we get to hate women
yeah, because
because we're like one of them.
yeah. The comedian did a joke on that. It's like we should have befriended the lesbians. No, we befriended gay men. Okay, it's like they hate us too, just with different ways.
Or different ways that will usually hit worse.
Yeah, which is like this, like the straight man might hit me, but a gay man is gonna look at me and tell me I'm a whore, and I'm gonna go like, "Oh my god, yes!"
Which is funny because that's our friendship. No, but I do it because you like me.
Yeah,
It's
I like being called a whore. It's fun. Yeah, no, it's
what's your
okay.
favorite joke that I ever did to you?
So, I'm going into work and I'm putting on this lace thing, and it's a cover up. Like I have a shirt underneath, and it's a lacy thing that I'm putting over the shirt, so I'm not just like. Anyway, I'm putting that
I
on.
think it was like a shirt with lace sleeves. That's how it looked to me.
Yeah, kind of like that. But it was like I had a shirt, the lacy thing I put over that shirt, and I was getting ready to go to work. And he looks at me and is like, "You're wearing that?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Why? And he's like, "Oh, nothing. I just didn't know you were a whore." You fucking cunt.
My mother of the week is not a woman. It's our dog Link. He is very mothering, and it's his birthday, and I just wanted to take another moment to appreciate him and love him very much. Yeah, he looked at me when I did that. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Ooh. He lifted his head up. He's like, "Hello." No, we're gonna go. We're gonna go. We're having a party soon for his
Yeah.
birthday and her boyfriend's birthday, so it's gonna be fun, and I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, we have cake, we have alcohol, we have games.
I don't drink alcohol. I'm sober,
So
which means that I'm better than you. Anyways, how long did we do it? What? It's an hour and a half. Okay,
thank
Diana deserves more, but sure.
you.
Bye bye.
I love you.
So she always says I love you. I have a hard time with the
I
L
love
word.
you.
Bye.